Hi everyone, it's Peter from PS Sound, and in this video I'm going to run around and show you something crazy in China. A few months ago I shared a Porsche Cayenne with you that was in progress, that the MOREL distributor was building as their demo car. Since then a lot has changed, and now it's during daytime. This is my only chance to take a video, so it's going to be a bit busier, although it's much quieter now because we had over 50 people in the last few days. We were doing some training. The guys here were training them for marketing, social, then also for technical things, for products, product information, then 3D printing, installation. And then I also had my part when I was teaching guys for advanced installation, how to get the best out of the system. Look at that. The guys are busy, very busy. They are doing custom pillars, some center fill installation is happening there. And here is the Cayenne in its glory, finally. Although it looks like I have to shut it down and open it again so we will have lights and you will see what turned out of this project. It's certainly much different than when you saw it last time. Complete layout change. So now it's fully completed. They also built it for EMA requirements, so everything is labeled. They have documentation, everything, and yeah, they've done some nice artistic work as well. A lot of CNC work and lighting. It's definitely quite something. I'm not too sure where they managed to hit the DSP. They have a Brax DSP running the whole system with 10 amplifiers. So you see 8 here on display, and then we have one extra on each side of the sub box behind the rear seats. You can get to them over there. And as you can see, rear left subwoofer, rear right subwoofer, each monoblock from MOREL. Then front left low, front right low, mid, and then we have high. So this way it looks like they hit the amplifier for the front sub and for the rear speakers in the rear doors. They added some fans as well because last time they were a bit optimistic to cover all this gear with just a plexi panel without any cooling, and I think they also have additional fans inside of the rack on the sides to suck air out. Actually, you can see it over there. So they blow air through it that way, and they also have suction in through those and blow out on this side. Really nice tidy work the guys have done. Here at the back they made it now very accessible for the fuses. If the other seat tips down as well, then they made a beautiful fuse distribution block where this panel can slide up, if I can slide it up with one hand. And that's why you have access to all the fuses, and they made this nice panel that shows exactly what's what. Nice and simple and tidy, and also protective. That's why you can see the other amplifier. They also changed out the whole wiring in the car. Now they have some really crazy Chernoff cables in the car. They really went to town. They braided everything. So now it's up to master class level in EMA. And front end. So last time you remember this door card was in pieces. So now it's completed. So underneath this they built an 8-liter sealed enclosure, scanned both sides of the door card, door card from the back and the inner skin, and they built a box that sits completely in between the two. Okay, that part had to be cut out from the door card because originally that was storage, and the box has an extra additional trim. This piece that was trimmed separately and sits over the box to make it look nice and finished, and they just added that piece with some lighting to finish it off. That's the enclosure I was helping the guys with to build it to solid expectations, so no buzzes, no rattles, because they don't really do much fiberglassing. Well, now they do, because last time I was here I was showing them how to do the mold, how to make it strong, build things up, and then the rest is easy for them. They have CNC scanners. Yeah, they do some crazy stuff. They are rather not used to the old school techniques. They also revealed the pillar because some of you may remember from the previous video that the shape that they created on the pillar had a very different scoop that was creating more diffraction, and I didn't quite like it. And now it's definitely better, less restrictive. They also added a bit of lighting. The guys like a bit of blink, but you know what? I always say I don't like lighting. I think this is just about okay. These lights only come on when you open the doors. Bit of a feature. Here people like to see what they spend their money on, so I mean, why not? Really tidy work, beautiful stitching. Usually I struggle finding trimmers who can understand how to follow stitch lines, but on this one they did a very good job. So here we have director controlling the Brex DSP, and they have a huge file with coax running to the DSP. Yeah, it's a bit chunky, but at least it's easy to navigate it. Yeah, a lot of Chinese music here, as well as I gave them some stuff, some Western music, some PS sound folders as well. So they have plenty of music to use to demonstrate how the system performs. Some of you could see a few social posts in the last few days, and we always get the comments, you know, why do we demo with the windows down? Well, towards the end, when we demo songs which have great low end, and we drop the window, of course, the low end comes even more alive. And at that point, it's not about pure accuracy. It's not about listening to Diana Krall, you know, at a moderate level. It's about fun, because many of us like to have a bit of fun and turn it up. It doesn't mean that, you know, we are SPL heads, but many people like to feel music. And yesterday as well, we had to put 50 people through 2 cars, because now there's another demo car built with exactly the same layout like this, just with different subs, because here at the back they have the new Titanium Pros, the new 12 Pros, which are more capable than the previous ones. The previous ones were very accurate. They were one of my favorites when it comes to accuracy. But then I always found them lacking extension and output capability to my expectations. And then now the new ones definitely have better extension and way more output. We had the GTR built for Salzburg, some of you could see, and also shared on YouTube. And many people were surprised in Salzburg how much output we had in that car with just a single 12. Fair enough, that's a small cabin, so it's easy to pressurize it. Here we only have 2. Some of you could ask, you know, why do you need 2? You don't really need 2. I mean, if you don't listen to music very loud, then 1 is perfectly enough. But in order to have a system where you have insane headroom, especially now all these amplifiers are bridged, the 2-channel amplifiers are bridged for each speaker at the front end. We have over 300 watts over each speaker. Do we need it? No. But then the distributor here wanted to build also a card that would be on the silly side, where they said, no compromise. We never want to run into a problem where we run out of amplification power. So now they definitely have all the headroom that they ever need. And if we want to go crazy with the front end, the subs also have to be able to support it. And now 212 is a very decent combination with the single 10-inch up front, because there's the Power Slim 10. And yeah, that sub is beautifully accurate equally. That's something I can say, and I'm happy that, you know, now I have the relationship with MOREL, that their drivers are very accurate, and they can also take power, that's for sure. The system is doing silly levels. Most people are not quite ready for the level that this system is capable of. And that's what we were demonstrating in the last few days, because all the dealers here were also complaining that they always get into the same problem, that the mid-bass installation is not solid enough, the doors are not solid enough. It doesn't matter how much soundproofing they do. Usually the doors and the mid-bass limits the performance. So I had to show them what they can do with the front sub. because none of them ever thought about installing a front woofer, front sub, whatever you call it, that can support the upper bass and then they don't have to cross the mid bass solo, how it can transform the system. And we made it possible for them to play with it. Everybody sat in the car, everybody could have the software open and then mute and unmute speakers. They could mute the mid bass and then hear the system without it, what it does. They could mute the front sub, they could hear what it adds or what the system is like when you take it out. And that's way more valuable than just hearing theories on the internet and then people talking about, you know, what certain things can be like. This way they could have a real life experience. And yeah, it was very, very successful few days. And now many dealers are going home with, you know, a nice big bag of knowledge and they can start looking at installation differently. Also, we are planning to do a bit of a challenge for them. Healthy challenge. It's obvious for everybody that you really need a demo car in order to show to your customers what's possible. Once they hear an amazing system, nobody is ever going to struggle selling a system. So now we will push the guys a little bit. So they all have to build something similar, a proper demo car. And we may make a competition between the dealers and see who's going to be pushing it harder and deliver a crazier system. Just like something like, you know, an in-house challenge, which is really cool. Even just in the last couple of days since I've been here and we transformed a few cars, we had a tune on them. And of course, when customers came in and heard the Cayenne, straight away, so many systems were sold. Like that car came in for a small upgrade. They heard this and they were like, okay, no, I want that. And full system like this is going out. And they have 8 to 10 installers here and they work very hard. In the last few days, they were here till like midnight, 1 o'clock every day. Like that one as well. Came in just for a check. The owner heard the Cayenne and he was like, no, I want something like that. But this is a full OEM platform. Everything is in factory locations and he wanted to see how he could get more out of it. So instantly I said, well, it needs a tune. And it's actually locked. I can't show it. Oh, I should have found the key before I was running around. But basically, they took the smaller amplifiers out. They put in a new DSP that gives me more freedom. They put in a Helix that I can use to set up, especially rear speakers differently, because this is a multi-zone system. You not only have an SQ front end, they're using the freeway factory locations as well as the center. But they also use the rear doors as well as the parcel shelf. So we have multiple presets where we can control what we want to present to the listener or to all the people sitting in the car. But they literally rebuilt the whole MPREC in this up on the parcel shelf over a night. And following morning it was ready for the tune. And it's very valuable to hear a car like this as well. Not just something full-blown crazy like the Cayenne, because this is plug and play and it's performing amazingly. Actually, now the shop is rather quiet. Honestly, what we had here in the last few days, it was insane. The guys put a lot of effort into 3D scanning and printing. They are running 3 printers here downstairs. Upstairs they have multiple more, and they are printing non-stop. They are shipping out also pillars, printed parts, some already ready trimmed. Like this looks like an add-on piece for a pillar, for a tweeter. But then they also have parts, ring for mid bass, but they also have beautiful pieces for mid and tweet. So some of those people who cannot afford full custom build, they can have this as an add-on, paint it, trim it, and at least they can get mid-range up higher, and they can instantly have a more realistic soundstage up at eye level. Yeah, that lady over there. She studied 3D printing. I can't tell her age. You should never guess a lady's age, but it's rare to see somebody as a female who does Caraudio installation, and she's crazy. She's scanning everything, printing everything. It's amazing to see it. Like this system came in as well with something simple, few days ago, and then now they are ripping everything out and they are rebuilding it. I think that was from the previous install, hidden over there. So this is going to have another big upgrade. Actually, all that stuff that's over there is coming into this. And this had a pretty good sounding system already. They utilized the factory location for the mid-range, custom pillars for the tweeters. Oh, one thing that was crazy, guys. That mid-bass install. Many people know I'm not a big fan of door builds, but then sometimes you can't do anything else. And actually this door was performing very good with the MOREL Elite 9-inch mid-bass drivers. And I have no idea how they made this, but they carved the mounting properly 3D shaped onto the door. And what's even more shocking, you know, what cable thickness is this for the mid bass? Honestly, it's like 8-gauge cable for a mid bass. It's a bit insane. I don't know whose idea that was. It's not that it's going to make it worse, but that's just insane. And it was performing really well. Owner was asking, you know, what he could do, but there's no room for a front sub. And to be fair, that's the best he can get. It has a lot of punch, a lot of extension, and the door doesn't bust too much. They did a good job on the door card insulation as well, which is over there. I think they treated it really well. They rebuilt the front section, so a custom ring molds around the speaker, and that way it looks like it was meant to be. The bottom section was completely retrimmed, and it sits over the grille. So yeah, things over here in Guangzhou at the MOREL headquarters is going a bit crazy. The following days I'm going to see many shops, many cars. I'll try to share as much as possible with you guys on Patreon as well, where I have a chance to share more. There you go. It's all factory locations. I'll show you the booth now. They have a 10W7 and many amplifiers up there. 3 2-channels for the freeway front and a 5-channel for rear doors, rear shelf, and the mono channel for the sub with a Helix DSP. A lot of gear up there. The good thing is that these amplifiers have built-in fan, and this way they don't complain up on the shelf. Otherwise, yeah, I would be a bit careful to install gear like that upside down on the shelf. Now, unfortunately, in this car, they can't put anything on the floor because there's no space underneath. Well, otherwise the floor would come up. That would be an option as well. But installing like that up there, wiring, I really didn't envy the guys, and they just did it so quick. It was insane. So, yeah, here we are, guys. I just wanted to run around, show you something different, something a bit exciting. What's happening on the other side of the planet, because not many people have managed to show what's happening in China. I wouldn't say anything is any different than when I go to the US or to other parts of the world. Installation level is really good, especially at this shop. They really understand the game. There's a lot that can be taught when it comes to tuning and system design for sure, but that's what we are working on, and we hope to see great improvement in the near future along the shops, and yeah, try to do my best to help everybody as much as I can. So this is it for this video, guys. Feel free to share it, comment, the usual things. You know, share the love of sound quality, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.